Hey, 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 Entre fam. Awesome evening to you. And this is video 61 of 90. Um, just to get out of the way, this is my shirt that I'm wearing today. It says Mahi Mahi Hawaii. And this is a shirt that my best friend, one I mentioned in my previous videos, that was my best man, got me when he was living in Hawaii. So yeah, it's a cool shirt. And let's see here. Thank God it's Friday. I mean, you guys might be seeing this on a Saturday or whatever, but yeah, thank God it's Friday, right? And I hope to never have to say that again in the coming years, but we'll see how that goes. This weekend's going to be kind of a busy weekend for me in terms of affiliate stuff. I'm going to go into my funnel and kind of revamp all the copy, maybe even, and I think even try to record a video. It kind of, because I heard that helps in terms of like explaining what your group's about and things like that, and getting members. So I'm going to do that, and then hopefully that'll get me some members start coming in, and even and it might take a while. I don't know. We'll just see. Even I think Lee. I want to give a shout out to him. He, I think, said he got his first kind of like member from an ad or whatever, and he's been getting, I think, we're Entre members and things like that. Not to say that's bad or anything, but so and I thought he was way ahead of me, right? Or in terms of like, I thought he's been getting members. I thought he was doing all that good stuff. But goes to show you that it can take some time. Just gotta be patient. Gotta keep at it, and just do what you can to get members in, right? So, yeah. So that's my plan for this weekend, to really get all that stuff revamped and hopefully get some members in my group so I can start helping people here. I'm doing now. Next, I'm gonna do the continue my throughline challenge thing I've been doing. So yesterday, I talked about my freshman year in college. This is gonna kind of be talking about the years after a little bit. Not really a set range of time or anything, but after my first year, I mentioned that I accepted Christ, and from then I found a church that I could really grow in, and it's actually there that I started to develop a lot of skills, specifically leadership skills, because I started leading worship there. I've never led worship in my life before. Before then, just played the guitar a little bit here and there with my cousins and friends and things like that, but never really led worship. And that's where I started. And I also started leading like Bible studies. Didn't really lead Bible studies before either. Always just attended them. Yeah, and then eventually even I became, it's unordained, but I was the deacon of worship ministries at my deacon and what is it called, director of worship at my church for the young adult English speaking ministry at my church. So yeah, that's kind of where I started developing a lot of skills in leadership and things like that. Right now, I am currently at my company. I'm a team lead for one of our production teams, and yeah, so kind of doing that. And what I really want to do is lead. Well, right now, in terms of my niche, I want to lead parent or parents, whichever it may be, to in building a family, a life for their family that it does revolve around those three P's, and living and building a life that is just something that is kind of against the whole status quo, right? Quo, usually now it's just like kind of going through life, just going through the paces, not really, there, of course, people are always striving for things, but I feel like they're just going through motions of like the typical, um, you know, go to school, get a job, all that stuff, and just kind of getting out of that, you know, mundane rhythm and just starting to live a life. That's great. So, which again revolves around that whole physical, personal, and professional aspect. So that's kind of where I want to be going. And anyways, back to my memory. So I started, leading and stuff, but in school I still wasn't doing so hot. I was just kind of still meandering around because I just really didn't know what I wanted to do professionally. Um, at some point of my college career, I did feel a calling to go into ministry, and you know, I feel like I still may, but not in the same way before. I thought I was being called into pastoral ministry, and actually, I stopped going to George Mason for a couple of semesters, and I actually started going to a Bible college um, in Maryland, and that was going okay, but eventually, if I was going to continue at that Bible college, it would take me another, like, I don't know, 3 years to graduate. So I eventually, after a couple semesters, I actually just went back to George Mason just so I can graduate and then try to get into a seminary. So, but yeah, I eventually graduated from George Mason, and again, didn't know what I wanted to do. I did actually get into a seminary, a pretty good one, a Reformed Theological Seminary, if anybody knows that. But I think it's based up in D.C. somewhere, or I forgot where it was exactly. But yeah, I got into that. But at the time, I also started my job at the company I'm with now, as a field tech, which meant I had to travel around the country a lot. And I was trying it out, like taking my books with me, and things like that, trying to work and study at the same time. But it was just not working, because with that job I had to work a lot of overtime, so I barely had time to study. And when I did have time to study, I was just like burnt out, because I was out in the sun working all day, so and doing a lot of manual labor. But so I actually dropped out of the seminary, and just still, I was just really debating on what I wanted to do. I just didn't know. I mean, I had this decent job, but it's not what I wanted to do. It was okay enough, and traveling around the first year was fun, of course, right? Uh, Traveling did eventually get a little wearisome rather than fun, though. The first year was fun, but then after that, it was just kind of wearing me down. But yeah, I mean, so you know, the things, the whole, this whole not memory, but just whole time in my life, it was a lot about, still about not knowing what I wanted to do. It definitely, the school career wasn't working. The corporate career kind of wasn't, all that interesting to me either. But during this time, I was also building a lot of leadership skills, in terms of, going to my new church, at the beginning of that time, and just really diving into a lot of leadership positions, and kind of taking ownership of them. So yeah, those are my kind of takeaways and stuff from that point of time in my life. So yeah, so this weekend, like I said, it's gonna be busy. I also have to, on Sunday, wake up really early to get to church, because I'm leading this Sunday. Also afterwards, we're gonna be taking our daughter to our in-laws, because they have a pool, so that she can go swim around and stuff like that. She loves the pool. We take her out and she starts crying. But yeah, anyways, that's all for now. So I'll see you tomorrow. Stay awesome, Mantra.